I think, personally, Madlanga Commission is in trouble now because of the murder of witness D. This is the guy that exposed the criminal justice mafia. Marius van der Merwe gave closed session evidence about brutal killings, torture, and body disposal. Now, he linked these to elements inside the law enforcement, including the rogue EMPD leadership and their criminal associations.
If you could take it from there and indicate who loaded the body into the back of your vehicle.
Okay, paragraph 27. Whilst I was waiting at my car, I saw Jaco. It's wrong there. Whilst I was waiting, I was actually at the gate. I saw Jaco Hannekom and Etienne van der Walt load household items into the vehicles. Etienne had his girlfriend of the time in another vehicle waiting for him that was parked on the outside of the property, an SUV type vehicle. And Hannekom was driving a red maroon Renault Kwid. After taking the household items, Viandre and Hannekom loaded the body onto my Ford Ranger, while Etienne was in and out of the house. I cannot recall who told me that they were cleaning the house. But after this, Mackenzie informed me that I must follow him and that Viandre will follow in a white Ford Ranger behind us.
Witness D, before you proceed, please go back to paragraph 27. I understood you want to make a change to the statement. Paragraph 27 currently reads, whilst I was waiting in my car. You say that is not correct.
That is incorrect, Commissioner.
How should it read? Please indicate.
Well, I was at the main gate, as indicated in paragraph 26.
Yes.
Final wording in paragraph 26. I was at the main gate until they finished and indicated to me to come to my vehicle, where they, obviously upon completion of them loading the body or the deceased onto my vehicle.
Noted. That correction will be effected. Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you, Advocate. So I'm proceeding with paragraph 28.
You are now at 28.
I got into my vehicle. My apologies. I got into my vehicle and took my cell phone and sent my wife a WhatsApp and informed her not to be alarmed, but that I was sending her my live location. And should she not hear from me in the next hour and a half, then she needs to phone the police.
His testimony helped the commission join the dots between the private securities, Zamazamas, and organized crime networks, and also the exact people involved and their motives and the capacity to silence people.
I got back into my vehicle and drove towards the R23. At the R23 and R550 intersection, I received a call from a number I did not recognize. When I answered the call, I realized it was Constable XTN phoning me. She asked me if it's done, to which I replied yes. She said that I will see them on my way home, just before Carnival, the city, and I ended the call. Shortly after this, I saw SAS vehicles, EMPD vehicles, and a red Renault Kwid. I realized that they were all parked on the side of Tinus de Jonge Road in Brakpan. I turned right towards them and parked right at the back of the parked vehicles. I got out and Kobus approached me and spoke to me and asked if I was okay. John Marie Extian wanted to know how deep I placed the body in the water, and I replied, on the side next to the bank. She then insisted that I go back to the dam where I dumped the body to check whether the body cannot be seen. I replied that I would not. The rest of them agreed that we should all go home. Zander, Viandre, John Marie and Jaco said they were going for drinks. I found this strange, as Zander had indicated to me earlier in the evening whilst we were in the house that he was struggling financially. They all said goodbye to each other and I was the last to drive off, fearing they might shoot at me. I got home the following day already, and burned my clothes and shoes that I was wearing. I informed my wife that I'm safe. I then had a shower. Thereafter, I tried to sleep, which didn't happen as the events from the previous evening kept me up.
Have a look at paragraph 68, please.
Oh, yes,
there is a reference there to a witness D.
Yes, yes.
Indeed.
Yes, yes.
So you therefore are aware that there was an individual who testified before the commission under the pseudonym identity of witness D. Is that correct?
It's correct. I started to be aware 2023 when Pete approached me. Yes.
So you're aware that evidence was given by an individual under the name Witness D in front of the Commission?
Yes.
And amongst others, several allegations were made in respect of you.
Sorry, I must do something. It's very important. If you know the identity of Witness D, please do not mention it. It may be that during your engagements with IPID, they mentioned the name to you.
No,
please do not mention it.
No, I don't know him.
Thank you, Commissioner. And further to that, Commissioner Mkhwanazi also confirmed that the statement of Witness D as provided to you is in fact redacted and there is no reference to the identity of Witness D. Is that correct?
This one that you provided
Yes,
now?
yes. It's got black line. It's redacted. Please confirm that. Yes.
No, I can't take that.
Thank you.
Witness D was killed because his evidence pierced through the heart of violent state-linked criminal networks. His assassination is both a retaliation and a warning. Other witnesses are right to be afraid. And the Madlanga commissioners, they now require the kind of protection we normally reserve for heads of state. Not because it's a privilege, but to protect the truth and the justice in a criminal justice system already under siege. Witness D was also involved in a number of security-related projects. Is it possible that this has nothing to do with the Madlanga Commission, but it has something to do with other projects that he was involved in? There's talk of Zamazamas somewhere in there. I guess the truth will come with time.
Regarding the Witness D, and there's an assumption that we know why that witness was killed. But is this assumption factual? Do we know? I'm saying this because this guy is a security owner in turf wars with other security companies and Zamazamas. So why are we simply thinking that the reason was due to the testimony in the commission? Would it not happen that the other opponents took advantage of the fact that we would look the other way, and while we still focusing there, they would get off the hook and then start winning and taking the territory? Likelihood is that even most of the contracts might be terminated, they take the contracts. Because we know that once a director passes away, especially of a small company, it's not easy for the contract to continue under that company. They are likely to give it to someone else in the queue. So are we not being misled and helping our misleaders to mislead us and others further? That's just a question.
King David Studio Podcast.
Will the killing of Witness D affect the outcome of the Madlanga Commission? Will the report that will come out of the commission be a true reflection of what really happened? Should the commission even be televised? Now, those are the questions we should be grappling with.
I was hit on the head with a firearm. The accosters shoved me to the side of the passenger seat. They got into the car and they drove off. They drove past my house, and I could see my neighbor who's literally looking inside the vehicle to identify who the drivers are.
Ms. Tipper, should we take a short adjournment for you to compose yourself, perhaps?
Please, Commissioner.
Let us adjourn. You will please indicate to us, Ms. Msasedi.
The killing of Witness D is likely to cast a long shadow over the Madlanga Commission, affecting the flow of evidence and narrowing the truth it can finally put on record. Existing potential witnesses and even commissioners and evidence leaders now have concrete proof that taking part in the Madlanga Commission can be a death sentence.
I must say that it was quite a disturbing moment to physically see what the family is going through, and I'm sure you can imagine what they are going through. We are equally and deeply concerned and aggrieved, in fact, about this brutal killing of a witness whom we know, all of us, that would have made some damning testimony on the alleged criminal activities that took place. And we view his killing really as an attack to the justice, attack to accountability, and undermining the rule of law.
Now, why should other witnesses be worried? Threats are now real. They're not hypothetical. Several current and prospective Madlanga witnesses have already reported threats, strange incidents at their homes, surveillance. After witness D's murder, some are considering withdrawing or demanding much stronger protection. Some may withdraw. Others may water down their versions or refuse to name the most dangerous players, especially inside law enforcement and politics. If the state cannot convincingly protect high-profile commission witnesses whose evidence is central to its mandate, others will reasonably fear for their lives and the lives of their families. This fear, combined with already uneven witness protection arrangements, means the Commission might never even hear the full story about how deeply criminal networks infiltrated the justice system. And its final report could be forced to rely more heavily on documents, on partial testimonies, than on the kind of first-hand account that makes cases prosecutable.
So you were informed that the reason for this change is because the city manager was not happy with how you dealt or responded to the Mkhwanazi issue?
How it was termed by Zweli, they didn't make reference to the city manager, but when he starts saying, umama agajabulanga, then one must then read between the lines that, so clearly the city manager is not happy. Not happy with what? The content, the language used, maybe even grammar in that aspect. But can I have something specific that would point to what the error is in the response I had furnished? Was it against the law? Yes, it is against the law. We have the National Road Traffic Act that governs the use of blue lights. Does the letter look authentic? I don't know. Can we have it authenticated in the department? Those are the responses submitted to Mr. Wicks. But at what point are they then saying that umama is not happy with media? If the responses, what in the responses wasn't she happy with?
In practical terms, the assassination risks turning a potentially explosive, system-shifting inquiry into a more cautious set of findings and recommendations, not because the commissioners lack courage, but because the witness felt hunted.
King David Studio Podcast.